Hey, you got a few minutes? If you do, I promise I won't hold you too long. But I have been filled with so much light today. It's just amazing. And I wanted to take a second to just share a few things um, that are really growing me today and helping me feel my growth, you know? I think there are moments when you grow and you don't know you've grown until you stand against the wall, Jesus, and you measure today with your back against the wall. You measure where you are now compared to where you were. And then you say, oh, well, that's why my clothes haven't been fitting, and that's why my pants have been flooding, and that's why I feel awkward and I'm changing, you know? Yeah. But you have to stand yourself up against a measure. Anyway, I just came from Walgreens because I wanted to get some cocoa butter, some shea butter or something. Because I was like, my skin, I'm just not taking care of my skin. It was in my legs. It was looking like some 70-year-old legs. Nothing wrong with 70-year-old people's legs, by the way. Just a little more vitality, you know. And I was just touching myself in a healing way, you know, in a therapeutic way. And I began to think about how I was actually having pain in my heel that was making it painful to walk. And I was just thinking of how I have neglected just touching myself and affirming for myself that I'm here and that I'm worth the attention and the care. And in that, I started thinking about, when we were kids, and maybe you didn't have this, maybe you did as kids, and maybe as adults you have it, and your stomach was hurting or something was hurting, and you ask your mom or dad to rub your stomach, rub your belly, rub your back. Things that we did, touch was associated and connected with healing, innervating that particular part of the system. Before you do Pepto Bismol, just rub my belly, and that energy, that movement, that motion, that stimulation, let the body know like there are natural remedies inside of you. And so you release them, you initiate, you work with that process, you know. And my heel of my foot started feeling better. I was like, I need to commit to this kind of as a daily regimen, you know. The other thing I was thinking about is for folks who are in a journey, their health journey, and particularly those that have goals of weight management, weight loss, and eating more nutritiously. I was about to take a picture of myself in the car, and I didn't like the photo that I was about to capture. Like from one angle, I was fine, but then when I went down just a little, I could see my belly fat, and I thought, oh, that just ruined the whole experience. I don't even want to take a picture because if I take the up part, that ain't the real truth. You know, I'm going through all of that. And then I just kind of lapsed into this thought about how a part of this belly fat and this, they call it visceral. Well, visceral is a little beyond the subcutaneous, the first part you grab, and when you say, "Ooh, look at this fat," and then there's the part beyond that that protects the organs. It's kind of got this evolutionary purpose of protecting the sensitive organs. But the whole idea of this midsection being one of the most vulnerable, that's why when we say when something happens to us, oh, it just hit me and it gut punched me, because it's this idea of I wasn't ready, I wasn't prepared, I couldn't be protected. And I thought about how much of my particular weight and the weight around that midsection was my response to life, essentially trying to protect myself, protecting the center of me, the soul. And now I feel I'm ready to begin to actualize this statement and this sentiment that I'm safe. And I tried to practice saying it. It was really difficult to align myself emotionally with what I was cognitively aware of. I knew that was going to be the work for me. But I thought about how important that is and a consideration that we must think about. I don't know if I've heard many people talking in the weight loss journey or weight management about the issue of safety, why we call it comfort food. That ultimately we're trying to attain some safety, something about life, our experiences makes us feel vulnerable. And maybe subconsciously, I don't know, the body does this or we do it, and that weight hits that midsection because we're essentially might be saying, I'm not safe, I'm too vulnerable. And getting to a place of saying that we are experiencing safety, either physically or emotionally, is quite a work and a journey, but it's worth it. And so I'm rehearsing to myself, I'm safe. Corey, you don't have to do those things. You don't have to eat certain things. You don't have to do whatever would kind of protect you in that section because you can have safety. You're worthy of that safety, that safe place in life. So let's practice that together, yeah? All right. And be light.